Don't take anything that isn't yours. Don't bend, break, prick, or anything like that to make it fit your life in this moment. That won't help you at all. Please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Comment, hit the bell. We're going to go ahead and jump right in. The how is in the now. What has your intuition been trying to tell you? So basically now, maybe you guys are missing something. You may feel as though you're missing something, but you're not exactly quite sure what it is that you're missing. So we are going to get a little bit of tarot. So we're going to get a little bit of oracle. We're going to see exactly what is going on for all the signs today. Hope you guys are having a good day. So some of you could be taking a chance on something. Just kind of playing the odds, not really sure which way it'll go, but you're playing the odds. Like poker. Hoping for the best, maybe expecting the worst. Because you're healing right now and you're releasing things. And it may be you taking a gamble on whatever it is that you release. Marriage. Ooh. Or sex and a good time. So some of you are releasing your marriages. And some of you might be releasing the promiscuous life. You know, if it works for you, if that's what you need to do, do it. But either way, whether you're releasing a marriage or being a little on the promiscuous side and just enjoying your single life, you know, you're releasing that. Some of you want to be in a long-term committed relationship. And some of you may have been in a long-term relationship committed for so long, and it just might not be working for you. That's what I'm saying. Some of you will be dating, if not already, you'll be meeting someone new. And that's what happens when you release things, when you let things go that have no business in your life anyways. You know, the things that are meant for you come to you because you're just holding stuff up initially, right? And this gives you renewed hope and a new soulmate, an everlasting soulmate. So like I said, some of you, if you are attempting or deciding that you're going to release your marriage or whatever, I don't know what is with these cards. It could be for a very good reason. And that release is going to give you new hope. Because sometimes when we get married, we lose ourselves in our marriage because we're not necessarily married to our soulmate. We didn't marry somebody else's husband or wife. And we lose ourselves because we can't be our authentic selves with people that don't belong to us. Not to say that people are property, but you know, you don't always marry your person, and that's called a karmic. So if you're living your life currently with someone else's husband, you can't live your authentic self. You can't be the happy that you're meant to be because you're not with your person. So only your person can bring you that level of happiness that you're meant to have, right? You're seeing things differently. Some of you might be stepping into church, or maybe even stepping into the more spiritual life at this point. Being strategic with what you do. That the choices and the decisions that you make, you're being a bit more strategic. You're playing chess, not checkers, because you want to feel free. You haven't felt freedom. Maybe some of you have always felt as though you've just kind of been like, not necessarily bound, but tied down, unable to do exactly what you wanted to do because you're worried about someone else. Some of you want to be worried about yourselves at this point, independent. You have regrets in that, of course. You have regrets for wanting to be independent because a lot of you are givers, are lovers, are very, very empathetic. So it's hard for you to put yourself above others, but you're going to have to be your own inspiration. You're going to have to love yourself the way that you love others. Get your self-esteem back. And heartbreak. There's going to be heartbreak for somebody. Somebody's going to have a heartbreak somewhere. You could even have a heartbreak from leaving or doing what's necessary for you to be happy. Because you're not happy there, or because you're not experiencing or getting what you need from that person, doesn't mean that you don't love them, doesn't mean that it won't hurt to be without them. It just simply means that they can't give you what you need to move on. You had your season with them, or your seasons, and this season is over. It's time for you to go somewhere else and grow. Because it becomes toxic. Even if it's not bad, it can be a karmic relationship and there not be anything bad in it necessarily, you know? It's just karmic for you. It's just toxic for you mentally, toxic for you emotionally. But you guys, a lot of you guys are in a toxic relationship, or a karmic relationship, a karmic marriage, a karmic long-term relationship. Or, you know, just, of course, if you're just, you know, dating, sometimes you date toxic people because you're just dating. You're not necessarily looking to tie anyone down, or as they call it, cuff. You're not looking to cuff anybody. Ain't nobody looking to cuff you. You just out there doing you and enjoying yourself. And that can be toxic because you take on a lot of energies, a lot of people that are not like you, and that could absolutely be toxic. But something could spark between you and someone old, an old ex-lover, that you can find happiness with. Sometimes those block spins ain't so bad. And other times, those blocks don't need to be spun. They need to have guardrails and things up so you can't get past. But if it's a good block spin, be open. Everlasting. So someone's going to break up. Maybe what you thought was forever, this could very well be a marriage or a long-term relationship. Maybe it is ending. Maybe what was once forever for you is no longer, because you grew. Because you had that awakening. You're a different person. Maybe something happened within your relationship that pushed you to be a different person. Even if it wasn't by choice, right? Toxic proposal, you know what I mean? But you were committed to this person. This person was committed to you. Maybe that was a toxic commitment. Maybe you knew going in that it was a toxic commitment. Or maybe for some of you, you have a proposal coming in because there is dating. So this is for both, because as I said, some people are wanting to release and some people are wanting to receive. So either way, you could be releasing something toxic, or you could be removing yourself from toxicity and going into commitment. Bonding and intimacy. Maybe the latter. And connecting. Okay, well, maybe somebody's about to get married. Or about to just, you know, start a relationship that's meaningful. Start building something so you can get to that level. Definitely, for sure. Faded. Well, yeah, okay. So there are definitely some of you that are going to be meeting that soulmate. That card has come out quite a few times. Some of you are going to be meeting that soulmate. Maybe that's the now for you. There was enough hurdles, enough karmics. You guys have learned the lesson. Now it's time for you to meet your forever person. Some of you could right now be a single parent. Or some of you could have a plethora of responsibilities. But definitely someone has children. Either you or the person that you meet have responsibilities outside of one another. So you're going to need to be open to that as well. It's going to require strength. Again, ex-love or old spark. So this could definitely be someone that you guys were once with in a relationship that didn't end badly. You know, it was mutual. Goodness, y'all. Gonna do new things together. So yeah, the person that's coming in, you guys may have an old tie to. It doesn't have to be that you were in a relationship with this person, you know, necessarily. You could have just dated a couple of times, you know. But you guys, it looks like this might be something positive for you all. Someone will be missing you. You could be missing someone. those old memories bring things back. Family security. So this could be someone that you have a family with. We could be jumping back right now to people that are married or were in long-term relationships, thinking about one another, the things that you had, past tense, you know, family, security. You have things together. You've built things together. Maybe you do want to restart, or they want to restart. But you're coming through as a divine feminine, so you're where you need to be. You're doing the things that you need to be. You are a prize, and you know you're a prize. But there is still time to change. There's a need for change. You need to change. That doesn't necessarily mean that you need to change the person that you're with. That doesn't necessarily mean that you need to remove yourself from the relationship. But there's something in your life that needs to change in order for you to move forward accordingly. During this time, maybe some of you are out having fun, exploring life. You're dating because, again, you want a separation. You want something new. Or maybe you just need to go see a different outlook. Maybe you need to go out there and realize it's not really that bad with what I got right now, because I hear the dating pool is trash, you know? Maybe you need to go see for a fact that the dating pool is trash. Or maybe you just need to, maybe some of you, it's not even that you want to be out of your relationship, right? It's just that you want to find yourself. Some of you may have just lost yourselves and you don't have time for yourselves. Because again, a lot of you are extremely empathetic and you're always worried about how the other person thinks, how the other person feels. Some of you need to just take time out for yourself. Having fun doesn't necessarily mean I'm going party, I'm going clubbing, right? What's fun for you? Fun for you could be shopping. It could be coffee with the girls. It could just be at the lake or something, reading a book. It could just be quiet time. Some of you may very well just need that, and not necessarily a removal of the person from your life. Because for some of you, this is very well a divine connection that you have now or you will be coming into. Yep. With many possibilities. This is the grass is greener though, so maybe some of you that are choosing to leave are making the right decision. This really makes me feel like I need to be more specific, because it's just kind of going, it's literally reading back and forth, back and forth. But the grass is greener. Maybe you ghosted someone. You ghosted your design. Yeah. Maybe some of you were ghosted because someone thought the grass was greener elsewhere, or vice versa. Being ghosted gave some of you peace, though. Yeah, this is going to be different for several people. It's going to read differently. So pay attention to everything that I'm saying. I'll try to put it all in the bio, in the link as well, so you can, in the box below, so you can read that below. But being ghosted gave some of you a sense of peace, a sense of calm. Maybe the waters have always been really, really ruffled, you know, and now just that separation, the fact that someone ghosted you, that may gave you peace. And the peace gave you a different mindset, a different focus, which was your money. Always a good thing, right? Because you're paying attention to your intuition. And a lot of you are not going back after this separation because you got a taste of this peace, and maybe you ain't feel so good about this person just ghosting you. You had to get over that being ghosted, but maybe after you got over it, you found peace, you found your money, and you realized that you might be better off without that person. Maybe you see that that person was actually holding you back, hindering you from the things that you actually were capable of. And maybe some of you might actually regret that. Might regret allowing yourself to be held back, because many of you knew, we all know when we're with someone that's not for us, we know, but there's just something that you don't want to leave them, because we know That's just it. We know. But there's still something that marriage, unresolved situation. So some of you might be moving on, doing what it is that you want to do at this moment, but you may still be married. And you have to sever that before you can actually move on. Or you just have to realize or decide whether or not that's actually something that you want to do, which is sever those ties. Yeah, because there's something extra in there. Someone's regretting that third party interference. Because the whole time that there was somebody else on the outside, and ironically, right on top of the grass is greener, while somebody was out there exploring the greener grass on the other side, you had somebody in the background that was admiring you and wanting to give you what the person that you were waiting on wasn't giving you. That is a big, big regret. That's a mistake. And some of you maybe took it to the next level with that secret admirer, married or not. And this also caused something that was still open right now, something that's not resolved, right? Because this is now a blockage, this is now an obstacle. So if you guys do want to move forward in the relationship that you're in, it's an obstacle now because you've went the green mile with this other person. Even if it was payback for you paying back someone that did something to you, now you've created an obstacle. And that's going to cause problems. So the obstacle that you guys created, maybe you guys are trying to hide it. Maybe you now have to put on a face or show a different you because you want to keep it in the background because you don't want it to come to light yet, right? Because this is who you're seen as, right? And you've grown. Since this has happened, you've grown. And you don't want that to peek its ugly head back out because you've grown. But although you've grown, again, that's an obstacle that you created. So you've got to take ownership of that obstacle. You've got to take ownership of it, and you've got to be accountable for it. And if that means there's no second chances for you with regard to something that you want, then that's the ownership that you have to take because you too made a choice just like the other person did, right? But something is going to happen very unexpectedly with romance for you guys. I'm going to take a few more, and then we're going to do tarot. Yeah, a lot of you, what's unexpected is a lot of you might, jump back in one more again, right? Because a lot of you have switched. A lot of you are different when it comes to that good time in the bedroom, right? And you've done something and you liked it. You maybe liked it to a point that you never have before. And that might have been unexpected for you, and that brought in additional feelings aside from just intimacy, right? Now there's an unhealthy attachment somewhere, and you guys are married to another person. So I feel like this is going to be for the married folks, okay? Soulmate. Ooh. Ooh, y'all. For some of y'all, this person that you having that good time with is your soulmate. And that goes back to what I say. You know, we marry people, we marry other people's husbands and wives, you know? Not for the sake of being married, but, you know, you could love these people and they could feel like they're your person, right? But because you haven't met your person, they feel like that person, right? Yeah, this person that you guys are, they could definitely be your soulmate, right? Safety, because you feel safe with them. But there's something also, even though you feel safe with them, there's something about them that brings you fear. Because you see something, or there's signs that you see that make you weary. Even though they make you feel safe, it's still something about them. It could be because you're used to the person that you've been with forever, and of course they do things differently. It could be a break in habit or something, right? But this is divine timing. Happiness and mimicking. So some of you will be happy and this will be your person. And some of you will be with people right now that you see as your soulmate on the side or what have you. Or even that you just meet if the side doesn't apply to you, right? But it's an illusion. They're actually karmic. And if you've had intimacy with this person, then you've connected yourself with this person. And you can't see past that because you've been exmatized. Renewed hope. But you got renewed hope and single. So some of you are going to find new love, and some of you are going to become single or remain single. But you both, either way, have someone watching you on social media. Someone's watching your pages if you do something online. And there's someone still keeping a secret. And that secret keeper could very well be you. Could 100% very well be you. So we are going to pull some tarot. This is busy right now tonight, y'all. I think this is really for the married couples. A lot of y'all are in marriages right now that you might not be happy in, but you're there. First card out, the Hermit. Some of you might need to take some time, remove yourself, go remote. And oh goodness, and by remote, I mean just remove yourself from things, you know. Stop not necessarily communicating, but so I really feel like this is for the married couples tonight. I really, really do. I'm strongly leaning toward marriage. A lot of you are in marriages that you may not want to be in, and you just may not feel like you can get out of. And I promise you, I get it. But at the same time, I feel like we only live once and we deserve happiness. It's like, there's no other way that I can put it. We all deserve to be happy. The Lovers, first card out. Three of Wands. Okay, well. There's definitely the desire to move forward with something. There's a desire to definitely start something new somewhere else with someone else if you guys are married. If you guys are married or if you guys are in a relationship, there's definitely the desire. for something new. And there's hope there. You guys are hoping for the best. You're optimistic about moving forward, planting seeds and roots growing. You're very optimistic about it. In the back, we'll have the Four of Pentacles split with the Knight of Wands. But someone is holding on really, really tightly. Again, this is definitely a triage of people, okay? Because there's somebody holding on because somebody wants to restart a union. Somebody doesn't want it to be over, whereas someone else wants to go abroad and find happiness outside. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. I want to say this is a love-hate reading for me. For sure, love-hate reading for me. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, because you're working. You're actually investing in this up here. You're investing your emotions and you're working on moving abroad because you want success there. On the back, it's the Strengths with the Ace of Cups. Again, love-hate reading because someone is going to have to be hurt always when there is more than two people in a relationship, right? There's going to be hurt. But marriage is very, very sacred to some people. And not to say to whomever this is that it's not sacred to you, because I don't know your life. I don't know what went on to make some of you feel or be in the position that you're in. No judgment, 100%. No judgment at all. None. Okay? But it's a hard choice. If you're this person having to make this decision, love over here, but a different kind of love, the love that you feel that you need, that you crave is here, but you love this person over here, that's going to be hard because you're going to see someone that you already have roots and foundation with hurt. You're not going to want to hurt them, but you're going to love it over here. It's, love-hate reading, you guys. Love-hate. For sure, love-hate. But you guys are healing from something. Investing over here, where you want to go, it helped you heal from something. On the back, we have the Seven of Swords with the Knight of Wands. So, the Knight of Wands again with the Seven of Wands. So, the Seven of Wands is someone that was dishonest to you. So, someone that was dishonest to you is the person that wants a new beginning, that wants to start over, that wants to take it to the next level and make things right with you. This person deceived you. They disappointed you. They hurt you. They could have lied to you. They could have stolen something from you. Not necessarily in the physical, like money and things like that. They could have stolen your heart. They could have stolen your love. They could have stolen your time. Those lies could have been so deep that you wasted time that you can't get back. Or you did things that you can't undo based on a lie. Clarify the Nine of Wands. What are you healing from? Clarify the Nine of Wands. Clarify the Nine of Wands. Clarify the Nine of... Ooh, okay. Nine of Wands clarified by the King. Yep. You are healing from someone that was that was head of your household. You're coming from a healing from that. So that could definitely be the marriage. So something happened within that union and you're healing from it. The King of Pentacles is someone's of finance. So this is someone of authority. So again, the head of your household. You're healing from that. So something went on there that caused you to even go and invest over here where you really want to be. And in investing in that, this person gave you what you needed, made you feel the way that you needed to feel. And I'm not speaking sexually. They gave you what you weren't getting here. And they helped you heal from the pain that you had over here. Yep. On the back, we have the 8 of Cups split with the Hierophant. Oh my gosh. You guys. The 8 of Cups is walking away. It's leaving. And when you walk away, you don't take that with you. You leave that behind too. The Hierophant, that's long term. That's marriage. It's the marriage card. A lot of you are going to be walking away from your marriages. Oh, goodness. Oh, that one flew a while away. Give me a minute. Okay. That was the moon that fell. So, but there's still something that you don't see with the moon, or there's something that you're afraid of. Let's see. After the healing, the 7 of Cups split with the 2 of Wands. So even though you have this plan to move forward with the third party, because you feel a sense there, you feel comfort there, they feel like a safe space to you. With the 7 of Cups, there's still a lot going on with that person. There's a lot of things going on with that person, be it finances, be it, stability, or be it just, a 100% connection on every aspect, right? There's still something going on there with this plan to move forward. You're hesitant still because there's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of things going on. A lot of uncertainty. Let's say that. There's uncertainty. So you're still hesitant to go that way too, even though you're happy. Six of Wands. But you're going to move forward. Even though you're hesitant with the 6 of Wands, you will still feel a sense of accomplishment by being with that person. You'll still feel like you've accomplished something. Even if it's just freeing yourself from the situation that you're in now, you'll feel accomplished. For a lot of you, that's all you want is a reason, and this person is giving you just that, a reason. Or maybe you've developed a unhealthy attachment to this person, a trauma bond to this person, because they allowed you or assisted you in healing from your husband or wife. Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. This is the beginning of love, the beginning of... This is a double beginning. They're pages, right? Which is a slow process, so things move slowly. So if it's a decision for you guys to actually move forward with this person, it's going to be slow. Even if you do actually go ahead, take the plunge, and you're with that person, things are going to move slowly. You'll still love one another, things of that nature, right? But the process, I guess, of not necessarily but solidifying it. Yeah, let's go ahead and say in solidifying it in a manner to where you both are comfortable and exactly where you need to be. It'll be a process. In the back we have the Star and the Ten of Swords. So that's definitely hope, right? But that Ten of Swords is a very, very deep hurt. That Ten of Swords is a pain that you can't come back from, or that you feel as though you can't come back from. But you still have hope after that pain. And that could very well be the relationship, whatever caused the heartbreak in your long-term relationship. That could have been such a very, very deep hurt that you didn't think you'd come back from it, but you had hope. And that could maybe have been hope for the union, your long-term union, or just hope for you to be able to pull it together. Shucks. Knight of Wands and the Two of Swords. There's a decision. So you're definitely going to have the opportunity to move on. You're going to get that offer to move on, but you're going to have to make that decision to stay or to go. And that is going to be a decision that is going to make or break. That Two of Swords is a decision that oftentimes you don't want to make. You're avoiding. But it has to be made. And once you do make it, it 100% changes things. However you go, you're going to come out as the Empress. So you're going to come out as abundant, you know. Things are going to flow to you. You're going to come out with a lesson learned. It's the Empress too. Some of you may come out with a baby, but you're going to have learned a lesson when you come out. Five of Cups split with the Eight of Cups. Oh my gosh. So again, that's leaving. You're definitely going to leave something behind. You're not going to be happy about leaving it behind. You're going to have some regret about leaving it behind, but you're going to leave something behind. Clarify Two of Swords. Two of Swords is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So your decision is going to be your legacy. So you're going to have to choose between your stability, which is your legacy. That's your family. That's the things that you have right now, your tangibles on the earth. You're going to have to choose between that and something else. That's your foundation, your stability. You're going to have to choose your stability. The Hierophant and the Eight of Cups. A lot of you are really wanting to remove yourselves. This Ten of Pentacles is going to be, that's basically marriage, because that's stability. So it makes sense actually. Because if you're healing from this person right here, which is the King of Pentacles, which would have essentially been your stability, the man of the house, takes care of the bills, if not all of them, the majority of them, right? That's your shoulder. You lean on them. Your rock. Everything's going to be okay. Pentacles are money, tangibles, right? You're going to have to choose. How important is that to you? How important is it to you to stay? So this person that you're having fun with, that helped you heal or what have you, being with them may cause you a burden that you did not have when you were with your long-term person. You may give yourself a burden. And that might definitely be the choice, a burden to carry as far as financially being responsible on your own or having someone help you. the person that you're leaning toward, that's giving you all this happiness and joy that you want, they might not be able to give you that. Yet you're willing to leave this, your marriage. You're willing to leave your marriage for it. But this person can't give you what you need. And not to say that anybody is necessarily, what's the word I want to say? I want to say gold diggers. But not that you have to have somebody that has money. But if you're used to a certain life, it'll be hard having to hold all of the weight. Or if not all of the weight, 70% while someone else carries 30% when it once was the other way around. You know what I mean? That'll be difficult. So that's something that you're going to have to juggle if that's really something that you want to leave behind. On the back, we have the 4 of Swords split with the 7 of Wands. So you're in defense. You're on the fence. You've got your guard up right now. You're weighing your options and you're taking your time. That's the rest. You're taking your time trying to weigh your options. Because like I said, the 2 of Swords is a make or break decision, right? So you have to make sure that you have it together. If you choose to stay, you have to mentally, emotionally prepare yourself for that. Because you got to leave this other person alone if you decide to stay. You got to leave them alone, right? But if you decide to go, you've got to make the decision and the choice. And you've also got to get your mental right there to be able to handle everything. Because you're not handling everything right now, right? Because you have this man of the house right now. So you're not handling everything right now. You've got to prepare yourself to be able to handle that. Because that's going to be a load. Not to say that that makes the other person a bad option, but what are they doing to rectify or to turn those tables, you know? Are they going to be depending on you, or are they going to be trying to do something on their end to change things, you know? On the back is the Devil split with the 4 of Cups. You're unhappy, right, with the 4 of Cups, with the options that you have, but are both of your options toxic? Do both of your options have pee in the pool? Have both of your options done you dirty? Are they good options, or are they the only options that you're choosing right now? Because there's always another option. There's always the option to stay, to go, to be alone. There's always another option. And that to go is just to get yourself together, just to get your mind on the straight and narrow, to balance yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically. But there's new love. There's definitely love. Love is definitely on the board for you. Definitely on the table for you. The High Priestess. But you're going to have to pay attention and use your intuition. Because right now with the Wheel of Fortune, this is all something that is destined. Everything that's happening right now, it's destined. It was all in the cards. It was supposed to happen. So you need to use your intuition at this point. Use your discernment. 6 of Swords. Because you're going to transition. You're going to have to transition to one way or the other. You're going to have to step out of the rain and onto dry land, or step out of the rain and into the sunshine. You're going to have to, because it's time for you to make a decision in something. You've been on the fence for a very long time, and you're at the crossroads right now with the 6 of Pentacles split with the 9 of Swords. Yeah, you're making yourself crazy at this point. You're in your head. You're overthinking everything. You might have anxiety. It's difficult for you to sleep at night. Difficult for you to think about anything outside of this triangle that you're in, right? But yet you want to invest. You don't know the right place to invest, and that could be keeping you up at night too. There could be a reason for you to stay in both places. There could be very good reasons for you to stay in both places, but you don't know which place is the place. And that may be exactly why you need to just take a break. Think tank. 5 of Pentacles. Because even though you may have these options on the table right now, you feel alone. You feel alone. Maybe you don't have anybody to talk to about this situation. Maybe you're worried about what people will think about you if you let people know what's going on in your life. But you feel by yourself. You feel like you don't have anyone to go to necessarily. You can't go to either one of these people because, of course, they're going to be negative toward the other person because they want to win. They want to win the race. They want to cross the finish line first. So they're going to tell you whatever it is that you want to hear so that they get the desired outcome that they have as well. Because they both want you. Whether they wronged you or not, at this point, they both want you. The ball is basically in your court right now. Judgment. So with the judgment, you're going to see something. You're going to see something that you haven't seen if you haven't already seen something that you haven't seen. Or see something in a different angle. But you could be avoiding something. You could very well be avoiding something. And because you're avoiding something that you've already seen, it's going to cause the ground to shake beyond your control where you can't. It's going to cause the ground to shake, beyond your control to where you can't stop it because it's going to come without you knowing. It's just going to be something that happens suddenly. I think we got that card up there too. But it's going to be something that happens suddenly. And it's going to affect your legacy with the Nine of Pentacles. It's going to affect your comfort. It's going to affect all of the things that you enjoy. Your home, your life, your wealth, your legacy. It's going to affect those things. So the choice that you have to make, which is between your legacy and moving forward and maybe carrying burden, right? You're not making the decision. It's going to be made for you. Five of Wands split with the Two of Pentacles. Because you're trying to balance, right? But it's going to be chaotic. It's going to be a lot of confusion. A lot of back and forth. Because you're trying to balance. You're trying to weigh your option. You're trying to put everything on a flat playing field. But it's taking you too long. It's taking you too long. Don't let the tower beat you. Because it's getting out of control. It's starting to get out of hand where you aren't able to control it anymore. Because it's going too far. The Knight of Swords. And that Knight of Swords, that's a very, very forceful and aggressive energy. That's an energy that ain't got no chill, right? And if it does chill, it's going to be real slow to chill, okay? It's going to take its time chilling. So one of these people are going to be coming at you with everything. And they're going to be aggressive about it. And if they do stop, like I said, they're going to be very slow to stop. But something's going to have to end. One of these loves are going to have to end. The Page of Cups, the new beginning. So it could quite possibly be that outside love that you want. It's going to end. So something new can start. Because something's going to have to end. Because this cycle is going to have to come to a completion. Because again, it's getting too busy. You don't have control over it anymore. Because everyone may have emotions involved at this point. And this day and age, that's not a good thing. Eight of Wands. Yeah. Quickly. This is something that's going to happen quickly. It's getting out of control. And whatever it is that's coming quickly is going to put you into a hermit mode, right? A hermit mode is you basically going off to yourself, to solitude, going remote, like I said earlier, right? But you're still going to have hope. Even though you're going to have hope, I mean, it's gonna put you in hermit mode because you're not going to be expecting it. You're going to have hope. New beginning of Four Cups. Still unhappy with love, right? But something is new is coming. I mean, whatever new that's coming for you, you might not be happy with it. It might not be the choice that you would have made for yourself, but because you sat on your hands, it was a choice that was made for you and you accepted it. Clarify the Eight of Wands. What's coming? Clarify the Eight of Wands. Clarify the Eight of Wands. Oh, shucks. Eight of Wands clarified by the World. Whatever this is that's coming quickly for you, it's going to end it. It's going to end it all. It's going to complete this entire cycle for you. Because like I said earlier, this is something that needs to end. It's went on for too long. This is a crossroads. This is a crossroads for you, and it has to stop because it's going too far. And on the back, it's the Queen of Cups split with the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is your past. Your past, you're very emotionally attached to your past. Okay, I'm going to give you guys an angel card. It's a really good reading. Bittersweet though, for real. Oh, bittersweet. I don't even know how to describe it. I don't even know how to describe this, y'all. Okay, your angel number is, I'm just going to pick one out. 6666. Great blessings. Nurture yourself, your needs, desires, and boundaries. Let go of things that are weighing you down. Make space for something meaningful and expand your spirit to all areas of your life. That big love, opportunity, or job needs to squeeze in somewhere. So you guys need to make a decision. 6666. If you see those numbers somewhere, those are going to be your angel numbers. Pay attention to that. But you guys need to make room for something. Making room for something definitely means to remove something. There's too much in your lives right now. You have a lot going on, and you may not be able to even be everywhere that you need to be because you're trying to be someone for several people. You have the Pentacles here, which means a lot of you probably have children as well with the Empress, if not pregnant or with a very, very young child, right? You're trying to be a lot for a lot of people in several different places. You have a lot going on. You need to create boundaries. If something is not for you, you need to decide what that isn't for you. You need to put boundaries up against that. If you want to be in this space versus this space, you need to decide what it is about this space that you don't like, what it is about that space that you don't like. And if you choose this space or the other space, you need to create boundaries for those things that give you pause. You need to stop accepting things. You need to put yourself first. You need to love yourself the way that you love these people. Of course, love what they give you emotionally, how they make you feel, because you deserve to feel that, yes, but don't put everything in that. Don't lead with your heart. I know that sounds awful, but lead with your mind. Your heart will mislead you. Your heart will have you accepting things that you should not ever accept. Your heart will have you in spaces that put you in a very, very dangerous spot. Use your discernment, okay? You guys got the High Priestess up near. I don't know where she is. Right here she is, right? You got the High Priestess. You need to use your discernment because you guys are in a situation or in a space that can get very, very hanky. So, I do hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope something did resonate. Everything you need to know about me will be in the box below. Please feel free to subscribe. If you like this reading, subscribe. Ring the bell as well. And I will see you guys next time.